This video explains the 3D basic operations.
There are two 3D applications:
the main software and the option software for creating bodies. Today, I'd like to explain the basic operation of the main software.
The first step is to prepare the pattern. Prepare a pattern that objects have been converted into pieces. There is no need to set the seam allowance. If the seam allowance is set, I recommend you to delete its display in the seam allowance menu. After that, set the stitch information, arrange pieces on the body, and simulate stitching. Now let's set the stitch information. Check the settings first. Select Set in the Process menu and Stitch Information from Processing Type on the panel. There are other processing types in the settings, which I will explain later. First, set the side line stitching. Click the back side line and the front side line. At this time, the position you click is very important. I clicked the top, so an arrow is showing up from top to bottom. Also, when clicking the front side line, click the top side. If you click in the wrong side, it will be twisted and stitched. Now, let's continue setting up stitches with shoulder lines, sleeves, and armholes. Click the line and press Enter, and click the line and press Enter to set the stitching information. I'm going to set everything up. Once stitching information has been completed, the next step is arrangement. Click Arrange to display the 3D panel.
The blue ball in the lower right corner of the body is called View Point Controller. Operate this to control the direction of the body.
There are 3 ways to change the direction. Try operating it any way you like.
First, right-click the controller and select the side.
The direction of the body changes when selected.
Next, drag the controller and rotate in the desired direction.
The last method is drag the mouse wheel while pressing the spacebar. Now let's move the body back to the front and start the arrangement operation. Click the piece on the 2D panel. Move it to the 3D panel, aim around the bust line, and click the 3D body to arrange it. Next is the back body.
Use the controller to switch to the back. Click and arrange the piece on the back side of the body.
Once the body has been completed, the next step is the sleeves. Switch to the right side and arrange the sleeve pieces. Next, let's simulate stitching. Click PM Preform. The back collar piece is slightly lower than the original. Display Fix Baseline. Enter 20 in the back neck movement frame and move the body's fix base point. The point indicates where to fix the pieces on the body, like when you pin them. Now let's fix the piece to the moved point. Click Fix Point and select the back neckline part of the piece on the 2D panel. Next, select the blue point on the 3D panel. You can see that the piece is fixed to the point. Next is Fix Line. If you don't fix it, the pattern will come off the body. Click Fix Line and select the center line of the 2D pattern. The center line of the 3D body reacts in yellow when you move the mouse pointer near it. When you click the center line of the body, a message will appear, so click OK. Click Fix Line again and uncheck Fix Baseline. The difference between fixed to axis and fixed to line is shown in the figure. Fixed to axis fixes the line to the face. Fixed to line fixes the line to the body line. Normally, use fixed to axis. Then, let's simulate stitching. Click Process Stitching. It starts the process. If auto stop is checked, processing will end after a while. You can stop the process at any time. A message will be displayed when the process is complete. Press the OK button to finish. Check mirror. The left side pattern is displayed. When stitching, the panel includes weightless, edit stitch and undo buttons. Weightless ignores the weight of the fabric. If the stitching process does not work well, try working in the following order: weightless and process stitching. Next, I'll change the data and work on it. There is a dart on the back of the body, so I'm going to set up the dart settings first. Select the dart button and click the back body piece. Next, click Stitch Information and set stitch lines. Let's set the upper collar of the shirt to fold. Click Fold and select the lines. The options for which side to fold will be displayed. This time I want it to fold forward, so click the arrow that folds forward. Then let's arrange them. I'm going to change the body this time. Click the Body Select button at the bottom left of the 3D panel. Select Axe Lady's Human Body. What I want you to pay a little attention to with this body this time is the lower part of the body. If you make them wear pants, it's fine as it is, but in the case of a skirt, the pieces will wrap around the inseam. Be sure to check the skirt arrangement not to wrap the inseam. Here, let's check order setting and arrangement mode. There are order numbers, from 1 to 5. The higher the number piece overlaps on top. This time I'm going to put the shirt over the skirt. First, arrange the skirt. Select and arrange the yoke piece and the skirt piece to the body. The skirt piece has wrapped all the way to the back. To modify this, let's change arrangement mode and arrange it again. Press Delete to remove the arranged piece. Removed. Switch the arrangement mode to Plane. Select and arrange the piece. Arrange on the backside in the same way. Arrange the yoke piece with solid and the skirt piece with plane. Arranged like this. Next is the shirt, which will be arranged over the skirt. Press the number 2 button and arrange them. Arrange each piece with the solid mode. If the amount of pieces is so large that the pieces overlap with each other, be sure to select plane. Other than that, solid is fine. The collar arrangement area is very narrow. Be sure to arrange it where it is marked as collar. This time, I arranged both of the collar pieces with the same order, 2, but if it doesn't work, change the feather collar to 3. I arranged the pieces using the arrangement mode, solid and plane, but there is another way, expanding the arrangement area. Slide the bar and click the Apply button. Try changing according to the pattern. Then let's process it. Fix the center line as before. You can fix the multiple lines by select them with shift-click. Let's select all center lines. Fix the waist of the skirt too. You can fix using the waistline of the body, but I am going to fix them using Fix Baseline. The position of Fix Baseline, a disk-like object, can be adjusted by changing its value in the parameter panel. Here, I'm going to lower slightly and rotate it to adjust the waist position. Fix the remaining collar and front center lines. Then, let's simulate stitching. When some pieces are stacked, you can drag them to continue the process. Or just wait for the process to finish or press the stop button. Next, I'd like to try create the dart on the front of the blouse. There was a dart originally on the back, but not on the front. Let's check how the dart will work in 3D. Click Pinch. Open. Select Pinch in Type and the button at the right end of Specify. Click the body. Click the dart point, and then click the center of the dart. Pinch setting will be displayed, so this time enter 30. Once the settings are completed, click Check Pinch, Open. Check Mirror to confirm both bodies. Click OK and exit. If you want to reflect the dart in the pattern, click Apply to Pattern. The dart is reflected in the pattern, but it will not be sewn as it is. Open the stitching information and do the dart setting. And open PM Preform to do stitching process again.
To correct the dart lines reflected in the 2D pattern, use Pattern Making function.
Next, let's change the cloth settings for each piece. Since the collar pieces will have interfacing, it should be thick and the skirt will be made of thin cloth, it should be thin. Click Cloth, Mirror. If nothing is set, the cloth thickness is set by default. The cloth thickness is based on muslin cloth. You can set it in 20 levels. Soft materials are 1 to 5, common materials are 5 to 10, and thick materials are over 10. Press the Add button to add the interlining cloth setting. Set the cloth name and change the thickness by moving the bar. Next, add the thin cloth setting for the skirt. Apply each cloth setting to the collar and skirt. Let's start the stitching process now. You can see that the skirt thickness has changed. The setting window has the Mirror Setting tab. There are 2 front lines on the 3D body because it was mirrored. Change the settings so that the right piece overlaps the left piece. Select the original over the mirror. Next is about display. You can change the display by selecting from the pull-down menu. Grain shows the squares. Fit. Fit shows the tension. The area around the shoulder that comes into contact with the body will be displayed quite red. Cloth stress shows which parts of the cloth are stressed. You can combine fit and cloth stress. This time, I'm going to choose fill. This shows the color of cloth type. Let's change the color of the cloth next. Click Display. Select the cloth of blouse and click the Edit button at the bottom left. You can change the fill color, but this time I'm going to select Fill, Texture. Click the Add button and select from the scanned clothes. Select the cloth you just added and click OK. Next is the skirt cloth. Select Fill, Texture, as well. Once you've selected the cloth and made the settings, click the Apply button. Here's a review of the stitch information settings. Set line information. To set the dart setting, select Dart, Auto, Normally. Click the piece and press the Enter key. If the settings are not correct, try changing the setting method as the following. If the dart is at a sewing line, select Dart, Sew Line. Drag select and press Enter. If the dart is in a piece, select Dart, Inner Line. Drag select and press Enter. For darts composed of sewing lines and internal lines, select Dart, Inner Lines on Sew Line. If the dart is hanging over a pocket, as shown, select Dart, Pocket. In either case, darts should be set with Auto, so select Dart, Auto, first. Other processing types. This sets the ease and stretch settings. It cannot be used without stitch information. Complete the stitching settings first. Select the button and the lines to be eased or stretched. After clicking, press the Enter key to confirm. Now let's arrange them. The collar won't fold back if you don't set the fold setting. Go back to line info and set it. If you make a mistake in the folding direction, it will be folded in the opposite side. In such cases, delete the setting and start it again. Arrange the back body and side pieces. At this time, the side pieces are difficult to arrange due to the arms. Hide the arm to make them easier to arrange. Click here to show or hide. Set the folding information on the upper collar pieces too. Now let's fix the center lines to continue the stitching process. If necessary, check mirror, click cloth, mirror, and adjust the mirror setting to check the display. This is supplement information. I drawed simple squares as the gathered skirt. If the length of the stitch lines does not match, they will appear in red as shown. Because I want to set as the gathered skirt, click Gather. FGM, Finished Garment Measurements, that matches the belt will be displayed, so click OK. Here, the skirt body is selected instead of the default body. I did the arrangement and line fixing in advance. Now let's process stitching. It's a simple skirt, so I stop the simulation. Check mirror and register the condition of this tight skirt. Let's transform from the tight skirt to a slightly aligned skirt. Click Pinch, Open. Select Open in Type, and click the left button in Specify. Click from the hem toward the waist, and press Enter. Enter 50 to open at the hem and click OK. Click Check Pinch, Open and the stitching process starts. When the process is complete, click OK. Register this condition. You can keep or change the registered name. I'm going to change the opening amount again. Click Check Pinch, Open and select Modify. Select the line you created and change the value to 100. Modify both the front and back. Click Check Pinch, Open to start the process. When the process is complete, click OK. Press the Register button again to register. Click List and confirm that there are first tight skirts, semi-flared, and flared skirts. Click Exit. Check Pinch, Open. Apply to pattern to reflect to the pattern.
To check them, use 2D pattern making functions.
You can check registered patterns from PM Check. Select the 3 registered patterns and click Read.
You can compare the 3 patterns by rotating them with the controller, showing a mirror or a cross-sectional version, etc.
Thank you for watching.